That is my marker. That's how I do it. So every time before a Nunchakutricks session, I have a little box that I put right here. You got some behind the scenes right there. I have a little box that I put there so I can autofocus and hopefully keep the fingers crossed. By the time I stand out here and start talking, you guys can still see me because I used to have them when they're out of focus. A lot of it's just due to the fact that I'm doing this all alone. Don't have a cameraman. So, for instance, I could be making a 30-minute video and then I come back here and realize my head's cut off or it's out of focus. So you have no idea how many things I've refined to make sure that these things don't happen. Welcome to Flowtricks. My name is Ken Hill. And what do you guys think? Did you guys notice a lot more space? I have a lot more space. You can see more of my body now. I have a different addition to a camera. I've been kind of saving a little bit for it because I really got tired of just seeing half of my body. And today, I wanted to talk about movement even more. And you guys have heard from Jared Miller's video. I just posted that yesterday. So you kind of got a little bit of a glimpse of what he thinks about movement. Now I want to get a little bit more specific on the certain types of ninja style movements that you can add onto your flow. I know this is more of the newer format, or this is not like the newer format. The newer format takes forever because I'm loading it with links. So I just kind of want to once in a while make some of these impromptu videos so I can just shoot you guys with information. So I'm going to get through this quick. There's two things I want to talk about, maybe three actually. Number one, Ultimate Ninja is due at the end of this month. So if you have an awesome ninja video, like 2 minutes of your best spinning, okay? You can spin nunchucks, broomsticks, bow staffs, poi, double staffs, hoops. We have it all, okay? We have over $1,500 in prizes from various vendors. You can win dragon staves. There's a free week at La Escuela del Sol where you can get poi lessons in Costa Rica. There is staves, fire staves, nunchucks, acro staves, all different kinds of things you can win. So if you need more information about Ultimate Ninja, you only have to the end of the month to submit. So be sure you go to flowtricks.com and click on Ultimate Ninja in the upper right corner. The other thing is we're starting the very first Flowtricks Nunchaku collaboration. Send me, flowpulse@gmail.com, your best 15 to 20 seconds of nunchucking, and we're going to have just this wide compilation of nunchuckers from all around the world, and we're just going to put it all together. If you have any questions, you can always go to the Nunchakutricks discussion Facebook page, but otherwise you can always just send the link, flowpulse@gmail.com. It's FLOWPULSE@gmail.com. You have till the end of the month of that one too, so submit some awesome videos, and then by next month you're going to see this really awesome, because I say awesome a lot, just like I say boom a lot. You're going to have this really awesome compilation video with all these chuckers from around the world posting and showing what they can do. Another thing is we're doing weekly contests now, and that's on Facebook. Definitely check that out, because what I like about these weekly competitions or contests is, per se, is that it brings everyone together in the Nunchaku and Flowtricks community. We come up with these challenges at the beginning of every week, and then they get voted on, and it's just a great way to stay inspired and to keep spinning in case you're struggling or need that camaraderie. Definitely join our Facebook groups because they're very active. People are talking a lot. It's just a great way to keep you inspired and to keep spinning. With that said, I recently posted a message on my Nunchakutricks column about what you guys wanted to see the most. And I had a ton of responses, and somewhere I had a piece of paper, and it seems like the two biggest ones were movement and doubles. So I wanted to talk a little bit about movement. I'm not even sure where to begin. Movement is such a big category to grasp because, well, from the beginning I've always said the difference between this bicep catch here and this one is huge. It's huge. But quite honestly, if you break it apart, it's this motion and this motion, right? If you break them apart, it's not necessarily as dramatic, but if you take them and you put them together like puzzle pieces, all of a sudden they all stack up and they create this presence. And presence is what we're looking to do, not only for the audience, but for ourselves. For instance, I don't know if any of you guys have done martial arts, but if you throw a punch like this, you don't feel that body connection. But if you pull your whole body into it and you feel it in your toes, rippling through your leg, going up through your hip, shooting out to the arm and straight through the tips of your knuckle, all of a sudden you have a full connection with your movement, with your momentum. And that is why movement is kind of an important thing, because when you're spinning, it's very easy to lose connection with your body, and you're like a ghost standing in the background while your hand is having all the fun, right? But let me tell you something, the way your body looks in the background will make a big difference in your freestyle and how you feel about it, as well as how well someone else feels about it. And if you don't believe me, try this. Just try shrinking your shoulders down and just spinning like this. Feel what it does to your energy. Even if you spin hard like this, spin it hard. Go on, try to give your best freestyle. But stay hunchback. Keep your shoulders down. See how it feels. Put your legs a little bit closer together. Look like you're moping. I don't know. Imagine the last time your girlfriend broke up with you. Because that's how you look. Oh, I just dropped it. See? Even just thinking about it makes me drop the chucks. So, and then just think of the very simple, just pull your shoulders out. Take your chest and imagine it's a Superman beam shooting out. And just stand here. And now spin it. I mean, even just imagining that your chest, which it's a very vulnerable thing, but just opening your chest and feeling it just blah, like you're gonna blast someone with it is very vulnerable to a degree. And I think that's why sometimes people hunch in and they don't put too much focus on their bodies and they put the focus in their hands, because it is a little more vulnerable when you open that chest out. It's kind of strange to say, but it is. And I think that people subconsciously do that without even realizing it, because they don't want to bring focus on themselves. Man, I'm talking a lot. I know already some of you YouTubers are mad at me. I got some comments about that. But I think it's very important at least to explain why. Like, why should you move? So let's just get into movement, or I'll just keep blabbing on, because, I don't know. I could do this forever. Okay, with movement, let's talk about the strategy of movement, okay? I'm going to talk about this in terms of a performance, as well as just as an individual. The line straight from me to you, this is a line that I create to create like a T, okay, like a T. So this is one part of the T, and this creates a perpendicular line across. This is how planes work, okay? Because when you're moving, sometimes I'll watch this in a video, and I'll watch people, and they're like, you know, I'm going to incorporate some movement, and I'm like, awesome, I can't wait to see it. And then they're just kind of walking around, you know? They're just kind of walking around in various areas. And the movement, and this may not be the best example, but I'm sure you've seen it too, where people, like, they want to move, but they're just kind of, like, not sure how. And this is good. This is an exploration, right? Because you could be in the plane state and be like, well, let's see here. If I do this little jiggy dance, does it really, like, bring out more? And they could record themselves and look at it. But if you want to enhance the way that your body presents itself, besides not moving, I mean, you could always have that wide stance, and that always looks good with nunchucks, is if you have that wide, powerful stance. But I feel like motion even brings out more. If you really want to accentuate the motion, you're going to imagine there's a straight perpendicular line from wherever your audience, camera, or wherever the wall is in front of you, and it's going to go straight across, okay? So from now on, your first rule, which you can break later, but right now, just keep this rule. Your first rule is to even just grab some tape and tape the ground across, and make sure that you stay only on this line. You only stay on this line right here. So here you are, making this line perpendicular. Very cool. Okay. So I'm only walking across this line. So if I'm doing turns, I'm not turning like all over the place. I'm turning straight with that line. Whoosh, whoosh. Okay. Rule number one, straight line. Rule number two, and again, I say all these rules can be broken, but I'm giving you a foundation at least to start with, because that's where you want to go, because it's kind of a tried and true. It's just a good method, and then you can expand from it, and hopefully you'll be able to just throw it all away. Rule number two is to kind of create a triangle with your body. So if I'm standing in the middle, and you'll see a lot of balance. Do you see how I create this triangle? You can't see my feet, but my head down to my toes creates this very, very nice triangle, right? If I lean over to the left a little bit, if my legs aren't still, here's what would happen, right? Not cool, not cool. But if I imagine that I take a triangle going to spread my feet a little past shoulder width apart. Now my head, this is kind of morbid. I'm going to imagine a spear is going through my head and it's attaching itself to my knee. So now all of a sudden, I'm going to step over, well, it's not really sideways, so to speak, but I'm going to kind of step over and align my head to about where my knee is, like this. This is a great way to get turns off, okay? So if I'm standing straight, if I want to start to turn, I'm going to bend my knee slightly, and I'm going to let my head just kind of become straight with it, like so. Basically, if you think about it, this is how I set up a turn. You basically think that this is now a pull. Okay, a pull, I mean, I don't know, pull. Well, you're going to pull yourself. You're a pull over here, very straight pull, and whatever's over here is going to kick across, okay? So I'm going to stand over here, and I'm going to get ready to turn this direction. So I'm going to pull my head over a little bit to the side. I'm going to lean over, I'm going to put my leg here. I'm just going to sway my arms back and forth, like this, back and forth. And now, I'm going to imagine that everything is very straight from my head down to this leg, and I'm going to push my other leg across. I'm just going to lift it, and I'm going to take my arms and I'm going to pivot across, okay? My whole center of balance is on this one spot, almost like if you ever watch a ballerina, how they're up on one leg, and that one leg is the thing that becomes the pivotal spot. It's the same with this. If I'm standing here, I'm going to pull over to one side, and I'm just going to pivot right here. And I'm going to try to put my foot down on that imaginary line on the other side. So here, lean over, get your arms ready, whoosh, over, like that. Now you can do this for both sides, okay? So now I just want you to imagine here, do you notice that there's still a triangle, okay? It's my head down to my leg and my hip. So head, toe, hip, boom, boom, boom. There's a triangle right here, we're kicking over like this. We can do the same thing. We can put our focus over on this side now and kick back, okay? This is something I want you to just practice over and over again. And you may wonder, well, what can I do with nunchucks with that? Well, to begin with, you might just even start with the back grip. Oh, I'm running out of space here. Like this. Whoosh, whoosh. I keep hitting my wall. Okay, this type of motion is really good, and it feels really good once you get it down. Definitely it beats this motion here. I can't even do it. So that's your beginner footwork. Okay, once you get that down, I want you to just practice just different ways that you can do that. Those were figure 8 wrist drills, in case you were wondering. So if you don't know how to do figure 8 wrist drills, you'll have to study up on that one. But basically, if you can create this triangular sense of strength, if I'm standing still, my triangle's here. If I'm getting ready to move, my triangle's here, and it's pivoting. And then the opposite, right here, and then that one pivots. You can always create a sense of balance and, stability. You won't look unstable when you do those types of motions. Now, if that's too easy, which it might be, I'm going to show you one advanced footwork movement that I absolutely love. And I haven't showed you guys this yet, so it's really cool. Basically, what I want you to do is start with a reverse figure 8 to your side like this. Reverse figure 8. Now we're going to tighten it up a little bit, and we're going to put it through our hip. So we're doing a reverse figure 8. I'm going to lower it down by my hip. Now here's the thing that you're noticing. You may notice this, but my hand actually is very still right here. It's not curving back and forth when it's up here. Do you see how my wrist turns back and forth, back and forth? This time it's very straight, like this. Every time, the trick to this is every time it hits 6 o'clock in the front, my hand is actually lifting up, like lift up, and that carries it back. Get used to this motion. This one will help you get a really cool move, okay? So, again, instead of your wrist moving back and forth, keep it very straight, and let it dip and dive behind your waist. Do you almost see how it's like, can you almost see how it's like, As soon as it hits 6 o'clock, it almost feels like I'm carrying the momentum over, because I am. It's going to be very important to do this type of motion to get to the next part. Now, the next part, first I used to think that it would take a lot of shoulder flexibility, but I don't think it can, because this is my injured shoulder that healed, and I definitely don't have as much flexibility as I used to, and I can still pull it off. But basically, it's going to go over that direction. Here, here. Okay, here's how it works. Again, when we're doing this, we're going to call this a hip reel. When we're doing this, once we hit 6 o'clock, we pull it back and we lift our arm up, right? But this time as we pull it back, we're going to almost imagine that we're creating a half circle behind our back. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm doing this motion, boom. See that? And I said boom again. So as soon as it's at 6 o'clock down here, and it's going backwards, usually we just complete the circle behind us. This time, it's going to go all the way around. Oops, that was messed up. You see how it works? It's like over and through. The arc, as soon as it ends, my hand is going to be in the front, so it's going to arc on the opposite end. Boom, like this. Now what I want you to do first is see if you can get it. If you can't, turn your body to the side a little bit more to get a little bit more flexibility. Okay? From here you can also use your elbow. It looks a little bit better if you just... Now, I know this isn't footwork yet, but we're getting there. Again, this is probably an intermediate to advanced move in terms of how much you have to do. But first, see if you can do this. If you can do this, see if you can tuck it behind. If you can tuck it behind, once you do your rotation right here, we're going to pull it out to the front, and we're going to do back to front wrist roll. Well, actually, wait. Sorry. It's a front to front wrist roll. So you have to know your front to front wrist rolls. So it's here, here, front to front. I'm going to take that step that I was talking about, 180 degrees here. And as I swoop down, I'm going to take this, I'm going to swoop down, half circle this way. As I swoop down half circle, as soon as it's at 6 o'clock, I'm going to do a front to back wrist roll. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do a back to front. So I'm going to start over here now. I'm going to show you from the back way. We're here, boom, boom, here, front to front, slash, front to back, turn, back to front. And from there you can keep going, or you can go into a new move, but it'll be like, again, here, 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 here. Pretty cool, huh? Look at that. I didn't have to edit any of it out yet. So